So I actually woke up this morning a little bit slow first. But then I sat there and I was like, wondering, should I say a particular training video actually got going to my mind. Like, I was like, okay, when I was in secondary school, okay, when we are asked to actually recite the national anthem, I'm more or less like, most of the stuff, sometimes the words, you know very well, this is how it sounds. But growing up, we've got to hear different kind of words at the end of the day. Now, I know a lot of us actually wondering what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the training video of the police officer.
She's not a police officer. Apparently,
so far as the police allowed her to wear that uniform, which we all know very well that the police says kidnappers are not supposed to wear police uniforms and everything. But as far as she actually wore it, I'll call her police officer that moment. And the fact that, okay, I would assume that she couldn't recite it properly because of how do you call it? Probably she was scared, stage fright or something. But it's the national anthem, and it was one of our leaders' special expressions for me.
Like the second-hand embarrassment, and the whole thing that followed after with the apology she did, and the apology
I thought it wasn't necessary.
Like,
I don't know why. Okay, fine, apology, fine, but you didn't explain tire like we didn't understand. No,
you go shalaye there, and a very badly edited one at that. And I beg, nah.
And of course, you're actually welcome to Chat Circle. Another beautiful weekend. My name is Nana Abida,
and I am Asian Nkut.
Of course, we actually have a whole lot for you. But this week have been back to back from X all the way to Facebook. Even we have a story from Akwa Ibom State over here. So I don't know if you're actually going to take the first story.
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
You seem to be having fun with it.
Okay, so first story, speaking about still on police, okay? So the Acting Inspector General of Police has directed medical personnel across the country to treat victims of gunshots without requesting for a police report. Now, the IGP actually issued the directive while urging health workers to sensitize Nigerians to the development. Now, this actually came after the hit and run. The lady that I know a lot of us actually follow that story. Yes. So it's, first of all, and I was supposed to ask you what you think.
No. I think I know where this is my own, right? It shouldn't even have been a thing. Sorry, Nana. No, it shouldn't even have been a thing in the beginning. Somebody is bleeding out and you are asking for police reports. It shouldn't have been a thing.
Okay, no, now, I know they went deeper into the whole session, blah, 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 like trying to explain further and everything. But I don't know why it had to take us a long time to, to realize that these things are things that have been happening. Now, some people felt like it's not necessary, but they still need police reports because I think there was a gunshot wound some time ago, according to someone, and then I think that the victim actually ran away and all that. Now, I think sometimes when we bring rules or when our leaders bring rules, my question is, you actually sit down properly to try to know, okay, fine, the advantage and the disadvantage. How can it work for both sides? What can we do about it?
Exactly. How can it work for both sides? That's the key.
You understand? You brought something like this. The question is it going to work? Because the same thing, you're going to attack the hospital for allowing this to happen. So what are the rules? Is it just you saying it? Is it on papers? Are you putting certain tips aside? What should even the individual, should we call as soon as we see it, taking them to the police so that we have a police person? Or should we have police at every hospital so that same things like this happen?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Things like this happen.
But Nana, we've talked about this so many times on this show, and we know that, I'm sorry, my personal opinion, that they are not going to get in that deep. Exactly. And the whole disseminating information on social, I hope they still do press releases on the rest. But anyways, I'm just glad that at least they've said it out, and at least they've told us to sensitize people now, because like I said, it should not even have been a thing. Nobody needed to die. Nobody needed to die. I'm sure there's a way they can do walk around and figure it out. Like make sure that you are not treating, or there's a way they can do it.
Yeah,
there's a way they can do it.
That's what I'm saying. You just don't have to bring the rules. Just do the right thing. That's all. All right. Let's move on to our next story. And this time around is Akwa Ibom State. House of Representatives members from Akwa Ibom State, Clement Jimbo, has said that henceforth he would no longer give out money to his constituents who seek financial help to organize burial ceremonies.
I am appalled that there are people who seek help.
Jude went on Facebook to just actually write that too. All financial solicitation for burial is hereby suspended till further notice. please, my question is, when your family member died, who is actually in charge to be giving money? Like, seriously, when did it become his responsibility, and when did he start taking that responsibility?
Exactly. Who sent him? And you will go down with them, sir. Who sent you? Like, you shouldn't even have done it before. Now I'm sure they overwhelmed him. So this is my thing. Apart from he taking up the responsibility that is not even his responsibility, it's because people want to do what they cannot afford to do. Your relative have died. I'm not saying wrap them in a mat or something, but can you not want to feed the entire world? And it goes to everybody, both the families themselves. The family themselves will want to do a big thing. In some cases, you see what the church will ask to bring. The village will say, bring this. And I'm like, somebody is dead. We are supposed to be mourning, and you are asking me to feed you and give you goats and give you...
And those of you who create WhatsApp group for burial, you be sending envelopes around.
Not me.
I think there are no rules in Africa. We've turned everything to be we've turned everything to be a celebration. Joe, you died. A cup of tea, biscuits. You come, you go. Even if I don't eat anything, just go.
Instead of taking from the bereaved, you're supposed to be giving to them. So, Mr. Clement,
what I'm trying to say is, it's nobody's responsibility to bury your family member or your person. And dude, I think you actually started it from the beginning.
Exactly, he took it upon himself. You should not have done it.
You started it.
Now there are people who will hate him that he's not doing it again, and I would not be able to say anything.
And now it's happening. Is that people actually going to say he's like
he has changed? He used to be good.
That we voted for him in.
Yes, so
let's move away from Nigeria. The Ballon d'Or, of course, this is actually a French event that awards footballers every year. So the most prestigious individual soccer award of the year rewards the best player over a 12-month period. Now, Lionel Messi, now his name is M Infinity.
Is that what? Oh, he changed his name.
He didn't change. Read the fans. So now you go on social. That's how it's looking. So he actually won for the 8th time, and I think some people's reaction on that day were a bit different. A lot of people were expecting Ronaldo.
Ronaldo wasn't even nominated, and I wondered why. And someone who really watches football more than I do said he hadn't been performing. And I was like, he hasn't been performing season long, because he moved to that Arab club. So on the other hand, Messi, who has been in the Miami David Beckham's club, he has been performing, and he led them to win that.
So after this, let me ask you this question. What is your take? What was your reaction when you heard this on Monday?
To be honest, no, I had no reaction. At the risk of sounding this thing, it's not really my business. I mean, I like Messi, don't get me wrong. I like Messi, but...
creative, social media creative, content creator, is it Isotope? The guy actually was super surprised. He was like, why is it supposed to be? But I was like,
okay, maybe they expected the person who won to, because Haaland came second, and then Mbappe came third.
I think it was well deserved. But aside that, this was the highlight.
Now, this is the one that I want you to let me talk about. The football on, I left it for you. Now this is this is the one that consigned me. Okay. So now, a performer of the event, I know everybody has heard by now, Nigerian star Rema delivered his song Calm Down, and I mean, it was such a big night, I feel, for him, for me, for Nigeria, for Afrobeat, for Africa. I mean, singing on that stage. We all know that football is the most watched sport. So the Ballon d'Or, obviously, people are tuning in. It might not be tuning into the level of, let's say, a finals or only that, but you have reached a certain kind of crowd. So he performed at that award, and I was just so happy. I'm just so happy to see Rema doing...
I wasn't really concerned about him, maybe the song or whatever, because I went on Ballon d'Or page where somebody was actually saying that, she's supposed to, Selena is supposed to be there. I was like, so one white guy came on, and I was like, explain to him that it's not her song, it's his song, and that song was already doing amazingly well before she came on, and I just loved it. But my biggest part was the fact that it's a Nigerian,
and he's also the
young,
first. He's like the Gen Z. Now this is the Gen Z body that we should be talking about, not the other Gen Z body. I'm sorry to throw this in.
But this is actually a huge one for Nigeria. I think from Wizkid, Burna Boy, everybody
is doing us proud. But Yeah, anyways, sorry. Rema becomes the first Afrobeat artist to ever perform at the Ballon d'Or. You people know I like first.
Whoever actually dressed him up, whoever dressed him
I liked it.
did amazing. I love what he was wearing.
I liked it. Some people may not have understood that fashion choice, but
don't worry,
it's fashion, not fashion. Fashion. Anyways, congratulations to YG.
And Maven's team also.
Exactly, Maven's team, The Prince, Jazzy, all of them. Oh, Rema also dropped his EP, Savage, I believe it's called. I listened to a couple of songs. I think it has 6 songs. It's also, let's see how it does by the end of the tracking week. Yeah, all right. So the next story is one that you people should hold me before I remove my wig, because this story, I saw this story and I don't even know what to wonder. I am not going to read my story as I have. I'm just going to give it to you the way I think you would receive it. So a lady posted something on social media. She was asking for advice on what she should do. Yeah. So what had happened is she is married, but her husband lives in another country. So it got time for her to give birth, and her husband, instead of sending her money for the delivery, should in case she needs a cesarean section, the husband sent the sum of 300,000 naira to his mom. Then later on sent 150,000 to his sister. Now this lady said she got into labor and she labored for day 1. Nobody said anything. She labored for day 2. If you have a long labor, by rights, your doctors is supposed to tell you to have a CS. But when they told her to have a CS, she did not have money. Her mother-in-law was there. Her sister-in-law was there. Nobody said anything about money. By day 3, she now said, you know what, called her sister. I have my sister's documents, my sister's land document that my sister asked me to keep for her. She told her mother-in-law, please go to the house, bring this, my sister's land documents. I have received the call from her. She said it's okay, and the doctor is willing to receive these land documents as collateral. Now, fast forward to they now do the CS and they bring out the baby, and the baby has died. So she got back to the house. All this while, she was communicating with the husband. But you know she's in labor, she's in pain. Nobody said anything about the fact that there was money on ground. And then she got back after the event. She said she went back to her house and she was asking what happened. I think the husband called her and she like said, what happened? He said that he had sent money to the mom. Why didn't you send money to me? I'm the one giving birth. And the reply the husband gave her was that I did not give you money for your delivery. Should in case you die, the money goes with you. Nana, I'm tired. How can you marry somebody and you hate the person? So, and then she now started asking the mother-in-law, why didn't nobody say anything? She said they were just explaining to her as to why they didn't feel the need. But anyways, the baby had...
That she's not going to make it out of the theater.
That she's not going to make it out of the theater. And the mother-in-law is the one who even went and carried the... I mean, the sister-in-law went and carried the document.
The only thing I can say is, I don't know. The truth is, I really have no idea on what to say. But one thing for sure is, when you're actually about to get married, pray for the kind of family you're actually entering. Like, I don't know. This is kind of sad that your husband can't even have your back.
No, he said that as far as he's concerned, he did nothing wrong. He's not going to have issues with his family because of this situation.
Have issues. You're also at fault.
Yeah, no, he's at fault. 100%
because
he's at fault.
You can't tell me that you never called your wife.
And the reasoning he even gave the mother this thing first. The reasoning he gave the mother the money first. That one is a different story by itself.
I'm so sorry, I'm not a huge fan of divorce, but this one is a no. You can't be. If you're just in America, she has every right to sue the family.
Oh yes, because they literally contributed to her child dying.
Even her mental health too. Like they have every right.
I will sue you for mental health, sue you for the dead baby, sue you for everything, damages.
I really don't know if she's actually ready to take this.
Because the way she's sounding,
even the courtroom in Nigeria, you're watching will support her, and it's really sad. It had to happen.
Yeah, it's really sad. I'm so I don't understand the way she's throwing the question to us on social media. It's almost as if
sister-in-laws, all these people. Maybe that the sister-in-law also get married, right?
They do get married. Nobody like said they need their papa house forever.
See, just do what's right for you, because me. Some stories that have a way of just draining you. It just makes you don't want to even say anything.
I just want to end this by saying, if you're in a situation like this, they do not like you. I mean, when you're married, it's always easier, even if your husband's family don't like you. But if you have a man who supports you, who stands, who backs you up, so far as you're not in the wrong, who backs you up, it kind of makes it easier to bear. But when you have a man like this who, as far as it's concerned, you wash his hands off, you people duke it out. After all, I'm not even in the country. That's a problem. It's you are going to go through a lot, and marriage life is too long for you to go through people who do not like you. They hate you there, ma'am. Please leave. I'm glad everybody on social media were asking her, why are you asking us? You should be on your way out.
Exactly.
By the way, her brothers and her sister also had a huge issue because they came to the house and heard all these stories. She said her brother left and was like, I can't even stay under the same roof with them. Now they have to, the hospital, because they did the CS.
Where were her siblings also?
It's one of them that they use their land documents now. But when you ask where were the siblings, are the siblings supposed to pay for your living?
No, they're paying. As in around. Like, were they around?
Yeah, they were around. Her sister and her brother were around. They are now having an issue. They refuse to come back to her house because they cannot fathom.
You wouldn't even come back.
They can't fathom the fact that they treated her that way. The brother even said it's better for him to go and sit on the street hungry than sit in this house with them. So
because looking at it, that means you guys already planned that you felt like she was going to die. She wasn't going to make it.
Thank you.
You understand? She was not going to make it.
The sister, oh God. Now let's move on from this story because I'm getting goosebumps and I'm so angry on her behalf.
All right, so let's move on to another story and straight to Nigeria. Reality TV star Fina. I'm not a huge fan though. I don't care. Whatever.
Like now I'm going to get angry, a different kind of angry.
She says that there's no woman who has not had 1 or 2 abortions. I don't know where your brain started coming out from though. During interview with Hero Daniels.
Not Hero Daniels actually. She said it with you were trying to say that thing. The interview was with she was in the Chud interview. There was another one earlier on.
You know, all the Chud interviews that she has had, I think every time new stuff keeps coming up every single time. And then now you come on social media, you want to explain yourself. What do you want to explain again?
So Fina,
like, isn't everybody that is like, hey?
So Fina won them Big Brother Niger last year. She took away 100 million, and it comes online and she says that there is no woman who hasn't done an abortion at least once or twice. Now, what we are unclear on is if she said women in her community, women in her village, or women on earth, or, women in Nigeria, but that's what she said. Apparently, she's now an authority on what women do. So now, yesterday, I think she came online because someone asked her a very good question and said she had a question and answer on her Instagram, and someone asked her, what were you thinking when you said that every woman has had an abortion? And she said that the only people who are allowed to sit out this conversation are virgins. But as a woman who is sexually active, if you have ever taken Postinor, and then she mentioned another drug, that if you've ever taken Postinor, that's an abortion. And she said it, wait, so let me land. She said they can go and cry that she has said it. And I'm like, I analyzed this thing. I actually even talked on it on my page, right? I said, there's a money after pill in the USA where you take, and in the money after in case something was wrong. Now, as at that time, there's no doctor in the house, but I can like to say, as at that time, nobody knows if conception has actually happened. And you're telling me that taking a pill means abortion, and then she's beating her chest and standing on her stumpy feet and saying, I don't want to say much.
You know, that's what I'm telling you, that when some of them, they win the money, there's one thing they don't really buy, that's brains. They don't really buy. Because like, how can you come on social media, buy data, have an iPhone 15 or 14 or whatever, then you decide that, okay, this is what you actually want to say. Like, when did that become...
Like, how dare she think she can speak for all women? Fina, whatever her
She's talking about what she has been doing. It's something she has been doing. This is who she is. This is who her friends.
Let's not even bash her, because I'm not here to bash anybody who has decided to have an abortion. But you don't know people's situations, that why they choose. And an abortion is a sensitive topic. But for you to come out here, she's trying to do, that thing we do now these days. If I've done bad thing in hair, so what? But this is not the thing to do hair, so what with. Nobody was even bashing you. I mean, there were some people who were bashing you, but that was not the topic. For you to say and stamp it that every woman has done, you cannot speak for all women.
Maybe the conversation was coming from,
and then it's even
some of her conversation was around she and is it cheesy or something, their fight. So I don't know if maybe some of the conversations
some of the things she had also mentioned in the house by herself, that she had an abortion. So when she came out and saw people talking about it, she's trying to stand up for herself, but she's doing it in her own way, and she's doing it in a totally wrong way. But like I said, I have always known that girl, she is one of the least deserving Big Brother winners ever. And you people, crowned her, because not us. We did not vote for her. We do not claim her as a woman. Anyways,
let's move on to the next story. Please move on to the next one.
All right. Again, this next one also happened, and I was laughing because I cannot cry. So, Burna Boy, and in a freestyle video that dropped online, he said he rejected $5 million from performance fee in Dubai because they will not allow him to partake of the ganja when he is there. In case you are not familiar with the slang, we are talking about marijuana. They do not smoke that in Dubai, so he said he turned down the performance of $5 million. When I heard it, and I was like, $5 million.
I think he has every right to actually.
No, I do. Okay, so this is my take. Smoking the thing makes him happy. That's fine, and he's rich enough that he can say, I'm not going to go to Dubai and do this 2-day performance or whatever. How long? I'm not able to stay for a day or 2 days in Dubai without partaking. So that's fine. But on the other hand, I had to think about myself, Nana. $5 million.
That's a whole lot of money, though.
Dollar is about 1,200 naira. But then again,
somebody like us, will go with the rules. By him, I think he can make that money in another country, another concert.
Yes.
Even this year, I think he made more. He can.
Exactly. I'm happy for him, that he's rich enough that he can close his eyes to $5 million and he not even touch him
and do what makes him happy. But we. Yeah.
May we get to that stage where certain amount of monies can pass us by and we are like, it is what it is.
Don't worry. Last but not the least, you taking that?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, so the 90s sitcom, a lot of us actually know Friends. I used to watch, actually. Talking about Matthew Perry of Friends.
Who played Chandler on Friends.
He actually passed away at the age of 54. And it's quite sad, according to what TMZ reported that the 911 first responders had been called and said something about a cardiac arrest, and there's something about drowning and him in the jacuzzi. I was talking to my cousin, one of my cousins about it. One of my cousins actually posted. I didn't see it at first news. My cousin actually posted it. I was actually asking, I was like, yo, what happened? But I learned that there was a bit of depression also there.
Okay, I haven't heard that part.
Yeah, I heard about that. There was a bit of depression.
But they said nothing was found. No foul play is suspected. But with high-profile deaths like this abroad, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of... His assistant
went out, came back, and then when I read... Because I had to read more. His assistant actually went out. He asked me to go get something. He said he came back after 2 hours. That was when he saw... But it's quite sad that... Like, 54. I can't actually be, it's still not about the age. When you literally grew up watching certain people and then you start following them once in a while on socials and then you're like, how did it happen?
It's crazy.
Really
this
sad.
Particular case, even down here, so the amount of people I have known this period that have slumped, and I don't even want to talk about it again because I literally have chills.
If you need to rest.
If you need to rest. Me, I'm talking self. I need rest.
A conversation one of these days.
Yeah, we should talk about it. If you need to rest. If you need to have your high blood taken, at least do it. If you're at work, your head is turning you, it is not your father's company. Have you noticed
that most celebrities lately are really good? Like Drake, after he dropped his album, he just went on a break. Tiwa, I think even Justin has also gone on a break before. Like, a lot of them just go on a break because you need to learn how to go on a break sometimes.
Sometimes you do. Yeah, you do need to learn how to go on a break. Please, take care of yourselves, please. Take care of yourselves. All right, that is it for our social media trends. On our men's segment, we'll have a guest with us and we'll be talking about one of the most viral videos that we've seen, at least this week on Nigerian internet, of the Evangelist who claimed that natural hair no dey pay. So stick with us. We'll be right back. This is Chat Circle.
Welcome back to our main segment. Now, before we actually went on a break, we were talking about a trending video which was on X where a pastor was seen.
She's an evangelist. She says she's an evangelist.
Okay. She was actually seen advising young women. Now, this video has been circulating, going around social media. Everybody seemed to have their view. But before I actually tell you what the whole story, though, the buho buha, or whatever you actually think
and what we think about it.
Exactly. I have here with us Dr. Danavia, but I know a lot of us actually know him as a doctor, but no, tonight, or should I say today, sorry about that, he's actually not going to be doing his own doctor stuff or whatever.
He's not coming in the capacity of a doctor.
He's shared his view on social stuff, like what we are about to talk about now.
At least to prove to the audience that the doctor has a life outside the hospital, right?
You know.
How are you doing, doctor?
I'm
You're good?
Yeah.
So you're ready for us to talk about it? Okay, now in the video, the evangelist was actually seen talking to women about single women about how to attract men. She went on. I see how weak me on this one. Now she told women to make themselves friendly and to go out more. She also advised them against wearing their natural hair. Now this one here got a lot of people talking.
Bible says he that will have friends must first show himself friendly. You're squeezing your face. Nobody is calling me, but this is how your face is. Friday night you're at home. Monday you're at home. Tuesday you're at home. Instead of you to be smiling, be shining your teeth anywhere you are. When your friends are hanging out, say, I'm coming. When your colleagues are going to work, say, maybe that's where my husband will be. Let me dress up and join them. Show yourself friendly, and then you will have friends. All of you will be carrying natural hair about. Who natural hair help? Okay. Better wear your wig and be doing like this. And be flipping it. Go and spend that money on hair. Draw your brows. Buy lip gloss. Look good. Natural hair is not selling market. When you marry, you off your wig because you have entered. There's nothing they can do about it. But before you enter, don't be caught on fresh. Never. Package yourself well. I'm just spiritual. The guy will run. Where are you? Prayer meeting. Where are you going after work? Prayer meeting. Okay, what about this Friday? Prayer meeting. Oh, me, I'm a Catherine Coleman kind of woman. You know, I'm wearing the mantle of Catherine Coleman. You will wear that mantle and be single. There is a time for everything. What happened to your midnight? How can't you pray there? In the evening, when he wants to take you out, I'm available. I'm available. What are you doing? Nothing. All the prayer meeting I've attended this year is okay. It's okay. Call Sister Yvonne, tell her, excuse me, you know we are single. You know you are your husband's house. My Friday night, one guy wants to take me out. Please allow me today. Let's see if this is the one. Truly and truly, these are the issues. This is why sometimes men will not leave church to go and bring one Jezebel. Because all the sisters are unavailable. Always busy in prayer meeting, in fasting, in prayer. You're always there. Every meeting, you are there. Bishop so in town, you are there. Bishop this is in town, you are there.
Does my face not tell you my view? So I have so many issues with people who cannot. I get what she was trying to say, especially when she was talking about the going out on Friday. You know, some of us don't like going out, and they're trying to always push people to, go out socialize. I understand that, but the way she framed it was so wrong. You made it seem like the person who is sitting in the house is wasting away or must waste away because they're not putting themselves out there. In case you're not aware, we are in the 21st century. There's so many ways you can put yourself out there without going to a club on Friday, which is what she was implying.
Okay, let's wait for Asian's face to be very, because she's still not really happy about it. But let me ask the doctor this question.
Okay.
Thank goodness you're a man. Men, what do you
want? In all sincerity, from a point of view of a man, you know that most times men don't even notice that hair.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, a man will notice a well-dressed lady faster than the kind of hair she's using.
I feel like most don't even notice natural hair than
whether you're using a natural hair or braids or something. Let it just look neat. Let the hygienic conditions be right. Most men don't even have energy to start looking at your hair. They will look at the dress you're wearing. Probably, I'm giving you point of view of a man before they even think of your hair, because first of all, most men don't even know the difference between the natural hair and that hair. They are more concerned about they are more concerned about probably how you look and your personality. You get
at the end of the day, not really personality.
Okay.
That
one comes later. But what they're seeing first, the hair is always the last thing actually.
Okay, now she said a whole lot. Okay. I still love the fact that you're actually a man actually sitting here. Let's just talk. She said a whole lot, okay? You as a man, these things she talked about, is it one way of attracting men? Going out, getting close? Let's talk about this.
Yeah, she didn't consider the fact that it's not everybody out there, or every woman nowadays that is an extrovert. It's not everybody that enjoys going out. People catch fun, we have different ways of catching fun.
I catch fun in my house.
You understand? And with the whole social media thing ongoing and with the internet, someone can stay at home and still be out there. There's different forms of communication now. You don't have to jump from one party, because I think she was trying to pass
That's what she was trying to imply. Yeah. You should be doing one every Saturday.
You get me? And another thing too is, it's nothing as bad as looking desperate in front of a man. You understand? There's nothing as bad as looking desperate, because... And she's literally...
Sorry to interrupt you, doctor. From what she's saying, she's trying to make us... No, not us, because it's not me. To make single ladies be desperate. Not even Nana. It's those things. I don't know who she was talking to, because it's definitely not any single lady I know. She's trying to make it seem like you should put yourself out there, because she now even went further to say, wear your hair. When you enter your husband's house, you can now pull it off, because you've entered. Nothing can happen. When she said nothing can happen, I said, ma'am, are you not aware of the divorce rate? You're supposed to be dressing. That is why you should even be supposed to dress, because how you quote unquote attracted him, you should look the same way. Like, why are you saying?
Nana, so I think she's just passing, the right message in the wrong way to a lot of people.
I was going to say that.
That's just the thing. The message.
Not all the message was right. So because there is no way on planet Earth that it is right for you to tell women not to wear their natural hair. Oh, Guinea, is that hair on your head your own, man? Like someone said on Twitter, Abby X, that imagine hating yourself so much so that you begin to call what is yours not acceptable. And this was a man who said it. And I'm like, I think
Simi also reacted to it.
Yes.
And it's quite sad. But I still boils down to, why is there so much pressure?
I was about saying that, this kind of messages put a lot of pressure on women.
Yes, they do.
This can make a young lady that assimilates this message go to every wedding. And imagine the cost of her having to go to sew a shebi for every wedding. It means that totally any amount of money she makes will go in on sewing a shebi for weekend, because she's going to go and look for man. I mean, it also passes a message that she has to also start wearing all manner of hair, because it's hair that now attracts men. Instead of preaching, I believe she would have preached more value. When you're a person of value, you can always attract. Exactly. You can always attract the kind of man you want. And I think she would have also spoken about, at least when the hygienes are normal, not basically hey.
Another thing that she took out of it was the fact that the part where she talked about you going out on Friday night. See, if you are looking for maybe a white-collar job man, or looking for the kind of person you're looking for, depends on the area, the places that you actually go to.
Exactly.
So if you're telling me that I should go to the club, how many... I'm so sorry. I know that most responsible people most guys who are working in big firms, rich, and most of them are in the club. People go party, wind up and wind down and everything. But I'm just wondering, I'm trying to say that if you're really looking for a husband, I need to go party every time.
Not necessarily. And the truth is that, there's a thin line between too much and, there's a thin line between way too much. Even as a man, I'm giving you an average Nigerian man's mentality right now. As an average man looking out to settle down, I mean Nigerians' mentality, average Nigerian, as a man, you keep going to the club every Friday, and you keep seeing this certain girl in the club every Friday. You're going for a wedding, you're seeing her. Yes. You're going partying, you're seeing her.
You're going to burial.
You're seeing her. You understand? All with the hair and everything. Whether you like it or not, you may want to have fun, but trust me, deep down, you won't want to take her serious.
When I saw the video, first thing that came in mind is, I was just wondering, I'm just trying to imagine the pressure that comes in her own church. Because see the way I'm so sorry, no disrespect, but look at the way she was looking. That's a lot of standard. So you're trying to imagine, how do these people look like in the church? Now, somebody actually went on social media, was trying to say, she didn't really say, she had to explain later after church.
We've not heard, not in your church.
You people brought out what you felt like we needed to see. You didn't tell us what she said after or what she meant. Is that you understand?
I'm so sad for the young impressionable men and women who probably sit under her every other Sunday, every other Wednesday in their church, and probably they call her mama, and they take everything. You know, people are so impressionable. They take everything she says as a literal word from the mouth of God, and those are sending the word down. I'm so sorry for those women who will now start throwing away their long skirts because mama said you should look. Don't be caught on fresh. Natural hair, no, they sell markets. So I'm sorry for those young ladies who have natural hair. I was on natural hair for a long time. It takes a lot of maintenance, and I wasn't even one of those girls who even do their natural hair well. I'm sorry for those kind of young ladies who have loved their natural hair for so long, and now they have to wonder, okay, does that mean I'm not going to get a man because of this natural hair, this crowning glory on your head? So I'm sorry for those young women, and I want to say, I know we'll continue talking, but if at any point in time, whatever she has said has affected the way you look at yourself, you shouldn't let it. Because natural hair, I mean, I see women in natural hair, and it's so beautiful that Chloe and Hailey Bailey, they have dreadlocks. Have you seen the way they style their dreadlocks? I've even seen regular people, they style. I mean, when I went on dreadlocks, I followed so many natural dreadlocks people, the way they style it till tomorrow like this. I haven't even been able to because I'm lazy, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm trying to say is natural hair is beautiful. That woman, I try not to call people out of their names, but
on social,
you are not very bright.
On social media, most guys were actually like, you guys are not going to take their advice. People are not going. And I was like, yo, men, are you for real right now?
Is that what you want?
Wait, you people are the ones who say that, okay, fine. At least a woman, maybe for instance, you're like, okay, it's too expensive to buy hair. But the same person was saying we should take the advice. Like,
you know how much
that's my first question to him was like, what do you people want? Now, somebody went on social media, the person was asking a question that, do men get to that position where they're actually praying for wives? You understand? Now, you being a pastor, society have made it look like, okay, women are the ones who are supposed to be looking for men. Women are the ones, like, even if a man, I don't know if you saw the Clinton Pastor Kingsley, made mention of 40-year-old men who are actually 40 years old.
That there's a problem with them.
Exactly. Now, that was really a sad note because I felt like, okay, that means that it's not just women alone who are in this position.
It's just that they've made our own so much to the forefront that we forget the people, sorry, with all due respect to all the men, but we forget that the men feet also get problem. But they've made our own such a big thing.
Yeah, I wanted to. So for this side of it, like, I just want to understand from you, what do you think of the fact, do you think society is really pressuring a whole lot on women that, look, you can't be single at this age, you need to be this, and people are not really paying attention to the fact that men too also have a difficulty.
There are 40-year-old men still sitting around in their drawers in the house.
True, though, this thing is both-sided, but it's just that, you know, that of the women have been really highlighted, you know. They really highlighted it, made it look like it's a problem. But these things are...
A medical problem.
Sorry?
A medical
Well, World Health said, the inability to find a partner is actually a problem.
Ooh.
World Health Organization actually said that the inability to find
because it means there's something you cannot communicate.
Yes. It means there's something that you cannot cope with. It means you cannot cohabit with somebody.
So there's a problem with you.
Yes, inability to find a life partner is actually seen as a problem by World Health.
Okay.
Yes. So, but of course, they didn't put any timeline because these things, you know, we are the ones down here that actually streamline and put timelines on this thing. It's live. We should just follow the process. I don't think there should be a timeline for these things. You get, because some people get ready at 40 while some were ready at 20.
Truth.
You understand? So,
all right. So
it's just that the society we are in here too doesn't make it look like men have this problem. So men actually do. You understand? When you are that 40 and
but for me, if you're a guy and you are in your 40s and you tell me that you are single, you don't have stop me in my head. I also start acting like a man. Like, there's a problem with you.
There's a problem somewhere.
Yeah, that's what
we have been in our society, both men and women, we have been so ingrained by certain things that we are inherent. In fact, I think we're even born with stereotypes already programmed inside our brain. Because look at what you just said right now. Now you said, if I see a man who is 40, I'll start thinking there's something. I'll start thinking like a man.
Yes.
That is in a way. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not like bashing you right now. But in a way, that in itself is a stereotype because you've now decided that there's men think a certain way. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But anyways, there was another aspect. Oh, sorry. Do you want to say something?
No,
there's another aspect of this that I also did. So now we have an evangelist standing on the pulpit and he's saying to young women, why are you doing spirit cocoa? Why are you coming to church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? When will you meet a man? And I'm like, Why is an evangelist telling the people going to their institution and their business places, let's be real?
Yo, I'm trying to build my spirit. You're telling me it's wrong.
Why are you telling your people not to be
spiritual?
I don't know.
How will you make your money?
If she did not sit back down and look at that video and see that there was so many things wrong that she said, and she comes out and apologizes like that girl we talked about in the beginning of our show, give us a detailed apology.
The truth is that
I'm blaming that hair. That hair is what
the truth is that
because she'll just flip.
The hair don't color your brain, man.
Yes.
The truth is that there's out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. You get.
She's saying what she did or what she does.
Get. You cannot say something that you don't think about. She's saying what she's a product of what she just said.
Truth. She's saying what worked for her.
What worked for her.
Or maybe what
she's saying
what
from her own perception
she could
of
have done instead.
She's saying that's how she perceives life. And the sad part is that she just came out and she's in a position of leadership. And she now came out to also tell her followers.
Or how she tell her followers her skewed perception of life, and that now becomes their skewed perception of life. And the cycle never ends.
That's the reality of things on ground, but that's just her own perception of things.
I mean, it still boils down to the fact that you men, most of you don't know what you want, because your comments under were like confusing me. I was like, it's true.
Still your perception.
Today people you like natural hair, and next day you like this. If
you
say, I don't want a woman who goes to the club, a woman who goes to
it is very hard.
You men and the people keep saying that any woman that goes to the club, she's, you know what I mean. I don't want to mention the word. So you have your own perception about ladies that go to the club. Now you put the same perception.
No, well, not perception. A girl going to the club once in a while, not an every Friday, not an everyday thing.
And they look at me also and they see I'm looking at him,
very confused gender. Very confused gender.
The truth is that just do what works for you, basically. Yeah. Go for what works for you.
Okay.
At the end of the day, that's
because the truth is that we've seen people marry wives from the club that have been the best women in their life, and we've seen people marry deaconesses and evangelists, and they were like
preach, pastor,
and they were like devils walking in human form. You get me? So I think those things are not really criteria to determine whether a person is a good person or is a bad person,
or whether you find it faster. Because what if you go to the club and the people that keep coming to the club are the kind of people you don't want? What then? What then?
Exactly.
I mean, what then?
I just feel like when most of these leaders, when you have an opportunity to be a leader, I just call. Thank you. Like, make good use of it. Don't be everything you got.
And I think it's high time we realize that it's not a one size fits all. Nothing in this life is a one size fits all. What worked for A might not work for B. Exactly. What worked for B might not work for C. And then you find out that what worked for C now works. Like, it cannot be a one size fits all. So when you come on any platform, be you a leader, even if you're a leader of your small 12 followers, you come on a platform and you sit down. At least
don't mislead them.
And you say something and stamp it approval as if you
I was actually looking for the church. I wanted to know which church it is.
And people will date you. Should be people that were clapping. Oh God.
No, Nigeria. Welcome to Nigeria. That no matter, when someone is in the position of leadership, no matter the crap you say, sorry to use the word crap, you must have followers that will clap for you.
We're waiting for next Sunday. What should bring again?
Madam, we don't want your sound. We don't want your sound bites again Sunday, please.
If something like Indabosi could trend in Nigeria, what wouldn't trend?
I know.
What wouldn't trend?
Papa, let's be going.
What wouldn't trend? Anything can trend in Nigeria.
Oh Lord. So, but anyways, before we leave, I want to speak directly to the young ladies because that's the one that concerns me. Please, I say it again. If you are, whether you're wearing wigs, whether you are natural hair, however you want to present yourself, so far as you look, you feel okay with yourself, do not let anybody's word determine what you think. And the right person for you will find you where you are, how you are. They will find you. You don't have to go out of your way. You don't have to lose yourself and become something you are not just because one lady somewhere says that's how you find a man. Because at the end of the day, the thing you become to find that man, that's not what you are. So that man is not meeting you at your authenticity. So please, young ladies, and my natural hair girlies, please, we are beautiful. Don't mind them. Me, that as soon as this thing is over, this week is off my head.
My producer said no, I shouldn't go on natural hair.
See, producer too, get stereotype. Producer, get stereotype.
I think the word I'll leave back there is, let's be contented, because contentment counsels desperation, basically.
Thank you.
Once you're
That's a
contented,
nice
you will
one.
not be desperate.
That will be our show for today. We hope you had a good time. Thank you so much, Doctor, for coming. I didn't know you used to talk other things other than medicine.
I've been on my late night before.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. All right. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah. And this has been our show, Chat Circle. Remember, we're still going to be here, same place, same time next week. Do not leave us alone. Please be coming back next week, okay? I was your host, Asian Goods.
And my name is Nana Havana. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Ciao for now.
That's okay.